note 1, note 2, and here maybe another note, basically about this one. So we want to draw the response. I want to categorize this one in graphics. So here I'm using R as a notation, or simply it's omega divided by omega n. R is a variable and depends on the frequency, the working frequency ratio. So this one is the magnitude delta st, 1 minus r squared. So that one, sometimes you will see the textbook using capital X. Capital X, that means the magnitude of the steady state response. Okay, and we like to draw this one, and the response will be a certain curve, and many times people even want to do the dimensionless drawing. So equivalent drawing is this. Rather than using this one, people like to use this. How about draw that? Again, this is R equal to omega n. This one they're using is this. They simply use the ratio of the steady state response, the magnitude of the steady state response respect to the delta st. Okay, so that means they even further scale the y coordinates by delta st. So basically here, what we're going to draw is this curve, 1 minus r squared. Okay, so the curve we're going to draw simply is 1 over 1 minus r squared. So here, let me say this is r equal to 1. So the curve will be like this. So when r equal to 0, this ratio equal to 1. Okay. And when r approaching to big infinity, the whole ratio becomes approaching to 0 from the negative side. And when r equal to 1, basically that value is singular. We call it singular, and that means go to infinity in magnitude. Okay. So this is a very typical the characteristic curve, and this one is called the ratio of the steady state response, the magnitude of a steady state response to the static diffractions. So in this way, you might imagine, compared to this called the static diffraction, x as we defined as this term, right? This is what we defined as the capital X. That one is the magnitude of the steady state response to dynamic loading. So you might imagine, the author of the textbook didn't say, but you might say this is called the dynamic diffraction. Good? Again, why we say so? Because this called the steady state response of the system due to the external excitation. Excitation is moving. External or dynamic excitation. So that is a dynamic diffraction. So if you like, you can say this is a ratio between dynamic diffraction to static diffraction. Okay, that's the meaning of this one. And next time we will come with more kind of clarifications about this curve. So basically here we have 3 ranges. One range is less than or less than 1, which means the working frequency is less than the natural frequency. The second range is the working frequency is bigger than natural frequencies. The third one right here, when the working frequency is right away equal to the natural frequency, that's called the resonance. Okay, so that most of the systems damage, that means you poorly select your working frequency right around here. Simply is you introduce unnecessary large, very large the type of acts, dynamic deflection. So for most of these mechanical system design, you should design all your systems have a resilient, have the resistance or yes, I think the resistance is a good word. Resistance to any dynamic loading in this range. Okay, okay. So today our lectures will stop here, and then